Have you ever suddenly noticed that you're no longer easily triggered by small things, and can instead calmly observe other people's inexplicable behaviors? This is likely a sign that emotional maturity is quietly developing in you. As you gradually move toward this maturity, you'll start noticing some subtle changes, such as 1. You begin to understand that most people's sharpness, indifference, or sudden outbursts are actually because they themselves are afraid, exhausted, or feeling helpless, and not because they truly want to hurt you. This makes you feel less hostility toward the world. 2. You no longer expect others to just get you, but are willing to take the effort to calmly and clearly express your feelings and needs, even if it feels a bit awkward. 3. When you make a mistake, you can admit it relatively quickly, instead of desperately making excuses or blaming others. Saying "I'm sorry" has become a natural step to repair relationships. 4. Your confidence no longer depends on being better than others, but on knowing that everyone is pretty much the same. They're anxious, scared, and guessing like you. Thinking this way actually makes you more relaxed and more like your true self. 5. You start to slowly let go of old grudges toward your parents, because you realize that they were doing their best despite their own pain and limitations. Even if things went wrong, their intentions were never to hurt you. 6. When you're hurt, you don't hold back with passive-aggressive behavior. Instead, you tell the other person directly as soon as possible. Once it's said, you let it go, not letting resentment fester for days. 7. You have completely let go of the obsession with everything must be perfect, and instead accept good enough is enough. Relationships, work, and life can't be flawless, but most of the time things are already pretty good. 8. You approach people in the future with a bit of healthy skepticism, which actually helps you stay calmer, more patient, and more accepting when life occasionally falls short. 9. When you notice other people's flaws, you also see the strengths behind them. People who are picky are often very reliable, and those who are careless are often very creative. No one is just a collection of flaws. 10. You take a slower approach to dating now because you know that no matter how handsome or successful someone is, they'll have sides that drive you crazy once you get close. So you're more willing to cherish the person who is already a good fit. 11. You start to honestly admit, "I'm actually not that easy to get along with." You give gentle warnings to those around you, like "sometimes I'm like this," instead of pretending to be flawless. 12. You've learned to treat your own clumsiness and mistakes with kindness. Past foolish things no longer keep you up all night with guilt. You tell yourself like you would a friend, "It was silly, but everyone has been silly, just forgive yourself." 13. You accept that there will always be a child inside you who hasn't fully grown. You don't force yourself to be mature and composed every moment. Occasionally being childish is okay, and you take care of that little inner self. 14. You no longer pin your happiness on some grand plan, but genuinely enjoy simple daily joys: a cup of good coffee, the evening sky, a clingy cat, or simply a day that goes smoothly, which makes you feel content. These small things add up to be more reliable than any big plan. 15. You've become increasingly aware that when you're hungry, sleep-deprived, low on blood sugar, or tipsy, it's easy to lose control. So for important matters, you make sure to eat well and rest first before speaking. 16. Other people's opinions of you are less impactful. You know that most evaluations are actually messy, and you only need acceptance from a few people who truly understand you. 17. When you hear criticism, you no longer immediately go into defense mode or feel targeted. You pause and think, "Maybe there's some truth here?" Then you calmly listen and decide whether to accept it. 18. You increasingly zoom out to view your own troubles. When you're feeling down, you go for a walk, look at the stars, hug your pet, and suddenly realize the universe above is so vast, your little problems aren't so heavy after all. 19. You start to understand where your emotional filters come from: childhood and past experiences that make you sensitive to certain things. So sometimes you remind yourself, this reaction might be a bit overblown. Take a moment before drawing conclusions. 20. You realize that true friendship isn't about the other person constantly listening to your complaints or celebrating your good news, but about both parties sharing vulnerability and joy openly, so that you both feel, "I'm not facing this alone." As a result, you become a warmer, more reliable friend. Which one of these resonates with you today? Or maybe you've already noticed yourself doing one of them. Share your thoughts in the comments.